Hello everyone, this is Ivan from Tommy Tribe. Today we're going to learn how to use monitoring the Tribestrean API gateway. The prerequisites for this tutorial are Docker and curl. So the first thing we need to do is to run Elasticsearch and Kibana. But before doing that, we need to increase the virtual memory. So this is the Linux command to increase the virtual memory. After doing that, we can run the Docker image. It will take a few seconds to start. Okay, now that the Elasticsearch and Kibana is started, let's check if they're really running. So Elasticsearch is running, and Kibana is running. Now let's run tag. So it can configure all the indexes and the metrics configuration. One quick tip is to use Ctrl P, Ctrl key to put the previous Docker image in the background, and so you can use the same terminal window to run tag. Okay, now that tag startup, we will try to get a token with this command. But as you can see, we are passing here a wrong username. So tag should deny the request. But now we're gonna do the same thing, adding a valid username with a valid password. And also a valid client ID and a valid client secret. So we did the request and we got an access token back. Let's save this access token to the future. Okay, so now that tag has started, let's refresh the page in Kibana and we see the tribe metrics index configured. The first thing we'll learn about Kibana is the discover menu. And here you can see there are a lot of events that were already sent by tag. But we just want the category request events. So we only have two requests. The first one that failed, this one, and the second one that was actually granted. So this was our authentication, and here you can find a lot of useful information to troubleshoot your microservices. So here you have um, the authentication object, which has all the authentication information. You have the path. You'll have the HTTP headers. You also have the HTTP status and so on. So this is very useful if you want to troubleshoot the application. So the next thing we'll see is the dashboard menu, and specifically the OAuth2 dashboard. So let's analyze the requests we did. So we did two requests. One that was a good request, and the other one was not a good request. So they are both here, and we can filter through them if we want to. So if I want to apply a filter and see what's going on with this request, I can see that this request was a 400, was a bad request. And then I can remove the filters and have everything back again. So here you have all the pie charts with the client IP, server IP, the grant type, and a lot of useful information that you can use to filter the other visualizations. And then after that, you have the authentication by grant, which you can find out how many requests were done per grant type. You have the breakdown, which you can see how long it took each part of the grant process. So this will help you to find out if external systems, for example, are slow. So if you're consuming from LDAP, you can see if the LDAP is being slow to respond, or if you're consuming an API claim source from an external system, you can see if the API is taking too long to respond. So this is very useful. You have other charts, the request by error, which it was the user not found that we sent the bad request. We can see all the errors here, and a lot of other useful visualizations that will help you out. So now that we learned a little bit about the OAuth2 dashboard, we're gonna learn about the proxy dashboard. So let's call the tag API to create a new route. Okay, so we got a 200 here. We use the tag API to create a route to Google. But it can be really anything. It can be a microservice, an application, anything you want here. So now that we created the Google route, we're gonna call the Google route. So let's use this command and replace with the access token. So here I have my access token, and let's do a request. Okay, I got the Google page back. So let's see what happened with that request. So to do that, we go to the dashboard again. We go to the proxy dashboard, and here is my request. So I did a request to /Google. I have the request ID right here, the date. I have the key that was used to sign my token. So I have a lot of useful information. I have the route information, so where the request was proxed. In this case, it was Google. How long it took, and how long Google took to respond. So you can use this for a lot of useful things. So here are the pie charts as well. Same thing from the previous dashboard you can use to filter. Also, you have the route response time visualization, where you have the average that a route took to respond. And then you have the percentiles, which will help you to analyze samples. So if you have some spikes in the 95 or 99 percentiles, it may indicate that some of the users are having slow response time. And there are other visualizations like the response by route, the response time by route, which can give you like the slower routes. You have the traffic by route, where you can have the information about what are the routes that are most used in your system. The request by error, which is the one by the like the previous dashboard, and so on. We have two more here: the traffic by user, which you can see if a user is using the API a lot, and then the average response time by server and data center. So these are very useful things that will help you to analyze your whole API and see everything that is going on. So after that, I think we're done. I hope you enjoyed the video, and now we just need to stop Docker. Stop all the Docker images. Thank you for watching, and see you later. Bye.